Hello everyone. I have a speech impediment, so please give me some time to speak. I receive a lot of messages from people from the global south who want to seek asylum in the US. My advice is do not immigrate to the US. Move to China, which is light years ahead than the US. If I could go back in time, then I would have told my younger self to learn Mandarin and move to China instead. The US is a dying empire that doesn't provide healthcare, education, and public transportation to its citizen. So, what's the point of becoming a US citizen? It takes 15 plus years just to get called for your asylum interview. Living in an authoritarian capitalist police state that is deeply racist and immigrant as a pending asylum seeker is a risky venture. Pending asylum seekers like me are living and working in the US and paying taxes and are still not eligible for federal student loan, in-state tuition, Medicare, or any kind of government assistance. So for the next 15 years, you cannot marry. If you do not wish to mix immigration and marriage, you cannot have a child. If you do have a child as an immigrant, then you will be accused of using an anchor baby. The US government is notorious for deporting immigrant spouses of US citizens. Families have been ripped off and spouses are separated in different countries because of the broken immigration system. So, immigrants contribute billions to Social Security and get nothing in return. Marriage is difficult, and love does not come with a money back guarantee. Mixing immigration and marriage can further complicate things. If you are an unmarried asylum seeker who has been living alone in the US for many years, like me, then you're likely to be a very hard working, honest person who want to marry for love and not for a green card. But your toxic in-law may think otherwise. Your in-law may taunt your husband or wife and say something along the line, he or she just married you for a green card. You might end up with a toxic husband, wife, or in-laws who will threaten to withhold your passport or may threaten to deport you. So be very careful when you mix marriage and immigration. I personally would never mix marriage and immigration. People and their fleeting love and feelings, they change. Your partner can literally wake up next, morning and decide not to ever talk to you after promising the sun and the moon. Most, marriages end in divorce. Moreover, many, asylum seekers are very brave, outspoken, activist. So your in-law may not allow you to be an outspoken, activist. For example, I scare and intimidate a lot of men by being outspoken and by not taking it their BS. Most men and in-laws of average family are not looking for an outspoken political activist wife and daughter-in-law. So but hey, you do you. Many immigrants, they do have successful marriages, and many have horror stories from their marriage. I personally do not think highly of marriage. I don't even find obese Republican Christian men to be, attractive. Many so-called, liberal American men, they also lack class consciousness, and that won't float well with me. Either. Average, Americans have a lot of debt and are also not capable of funding green card through marriage to help their immigrant spouse. And I'm still waiting for my mythical American man who is brave enough to marry an ex-Muslim asylum seeker and can stand up to his family and not stifle my freedom. I would date a person for several years before tying the knot. And even then, I would get a prenup and retain my voice and independence. I would never allow my future in-laws or husband to dictate what I can or cannot say or do. Fall in love, but take your common sense with you. Thanks a lot. That's my 2 cents here.